What's going on, everybody? It's FREEDO here for your Overwatch, and today we've got some interesting news items, some good news and some bad news. A pro player got suspended from the Overwatch League, but the good news is Doomfist is getting a major set of bug fixes on the PTR. And of course, whenever a bug fix changes the balance of a character to be more effective or less effective, it also is a buff and or a nerf, respectively. And in this case, it's going to be a major set of buffs. And let's jump into what those are. Uncle Jeff Goodman, principal designer and balance extraordinaire, broke it all down for us, and he says that this first change is something you should notice instantly. The wall slamming logic, as he puts it, basically when you punch someone into the wall, now has a much wider tolerance to it for it to count as a wall connection. There used to be a ton of instances where the character would slide into the wall and it wouldn't really count as connecting. Now they're putting the cutoff point all the way down to a 45-degree angle, meaning that there's going to be a wide open window to hit the wall punch target into sort of an awkward angle and it will still count, meaning that the reliability of Rocket Punch just got a rocket-fueled buff. Really big deal. Above all else, I think this is the #1 takeaway from these bug fixes, but moving on, Rocket Punch now more reliably breaks breakables, as he calls it, like fences and flower pots and things like that that are supposed to break, now break more reliably. That used to kind of mess you up before if they didn't break and screw up how your punch worked if you assumed you would be able to go through them. There was an issue when Seismic Slam was canceled if it was too close to a wall. Now that's been fixed. And this last one on the list is a little bit interesting. Seismic Slam will now slide a small ways up ramps instead of instantly triggering. Winston's Leap also changed in the same way. The slide distance is manually tuned, so let us know if it seems like he is sliding up ramps too much or too little. This is something I definitely noticed all the time playing Winston, so I assume you Doomfist players have definitely grown accustomed to this annoyance as well. When you're going up a ramp with these abilities like Winston's Leap or Seismic Slam, you kind of could like stub your toe basically up a ramp, and now at least that'll be mitigated a bit with your ability to now slide up the ramp instead of getting stubbed entirely and all your momentum stopped awkwardly. Now that's it for the things that are definitely on the PTR. There's a few more bugs that they're looking into moving forward. I'll leave his explanation of these on the screen for you. You can pause the video and read them if you like, but I'll summarize real quick. They're looking into bugs with Seismic Slam, not selecting a target properly if they happen to be near a corner, the famous Ghost Punch issue. Notably, he said that this is not just a latency thing, which would be one of the more obvious answers that it could be, so hopefully they get a fix on that. And also there is a current bug that allows you to bounce off of a corner unintentionally when rocket punching towards it. They figured out this one though and are working for a fix. And these next set of points are some issues that they're still investigating, which I would assume it'd be helpful if you encounter some of these weird bugs to be able to upload them and send them in so we can continuously get Doomfist in a better state. The ones in particular are when a rocket punch duel occurs between two Doomfists or slamming into a Reinhardt as he's pinning. Jeff Goodman says that the intended result is that both players should fall over in these cases, but sometimes that doesn't happen, so look out for that. And also in some small instances, apparently once in a while, the aerial Seismic Slam, as in the one that has an amplified damage due to how high you are, gets counted as a ground slam instead, which is minimal damage. Jeff says that this one is really rare. It's pretty hard to track down, but they're looking into it. And man, are there some intricate bugs with this hero. But that's all that he commented on for now. He closes by saying that starting next patch, there will be more detailed information on this kind of stuff. Thanks for all the feedback and keep it coming, especially if you get a chance to play on the PTR and test out these changes. Next patch. So does that mean with BlizzardWorld then, coming early January, or does he mean whenever this current PTR patch goes live? Because that could be a different thing, but I assume what he means is with BlizzardWorld, because typically when they say a patch, it's sort of a finished set of mini PTR changes. I assume that means that this could go live as soon as January with the new map BlizzardWorld, as well as the other changes. Guys, what do you think about Doomfist getting worked on? It appears that an old dog can learn new tricks. Doomfist going back at it again, now with a much more severe rocket punch, should make those of you who are punch drunk, really happy to get back into playing Doomfist. Now on to our other news item. Regrettably, of course, Philadelphia Fusion player Sado was caught up in some account boosting. This is a big no-no, and in fact, anything that is shady, the Overwatch League just isn't going to tolerate. They explain in this statement on the Overwatch League website, Overwatch League players are expected to uphold the highest standards of our game and to be exemplary citizens of our player community. Participating in account boosting schemes wherein an individual is paid to increase another's user's skill rating is contrary to these values and violates Blizzard's end user license agreement. As such, the Overwatch League has chosen to suspend Sumin Sado Kim of the Philadelphia Fusion for the preseason and the first 30 days of the inaugural season. Pretty big deal, guys, and I think a pretty fair punishment, actually. Account boosting is quite bad. It's not as bad as some other things, but it can't be tolerated, obviously. Blizzard really wants the SR system to be as legitimate for players as they can, and boosting a player's account really ruins the experience for just about all players that have to be involved in this scandal. The players in the lobby where the pro player is boosting someone out of, think of all of the games that they just carry all that way up to whatever Grandmasters or whatever it's going to be, and then that player who really should be multiple tiers lower is then tossed into Grandmasters, ruining their games now. There's just no real reason to allow this, and it's important for Blizzard to crack down on this. There's a lot of money on the Overwatch League, so any little rumblings of any misconduct, you'd have to think if someone gets caught cheating, they're probably going to launch them out of a cannon. We've already seen this with DeFran, with XQC, now with Sado. Overwatch League pros, look out. If you step out of line, Blizzard's coming for you, boy. What do you guys think? Is it fair that Sado got such a minimal suspension, I'd say? I mean, they didn't kick him out. The first month of the Overwatch League is probably going to be a handful of series, I suppose, unless they mean 30 days of games. I assume they mean the first month, though. Preseason's not too important, and being set back a month seems fair. Whereas DeFran, who was throwing, got banned for an entire competitive season, which perhaps that scaled to his actions as well, and these punishments are more or less consistent to the crimes being committed, for lack of a better term. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. But that's it for today's news roundup. If you did enjoy the video, please leave it a like. It really does help us out and lets us know that you're enjoying the content. If you haven't already, please subscribe because we upload each and every day, so you're going to want to hit the bell icon so that you get notified when our videos go live. Link to the description is our Twitter, where we tweet out news, updates, and dank memes. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.